Today we'll be talking about why video game adaptations are so bad. Video games. Some call it entertainment, some call it an art form, and some call it a waste of time. Whatever you think it is, you know that video games have had a massive impact on pop culture, as well as having a big impact on other media forms such as movies. The film industry has had an absolute field day with video games, well, more like multiple field decades. There are plenty of video game adaptations, but not many of them are good. Most of the video game adaptations aren't directly bad, but just so directionless and boring, making them feel like they were just made to squeeze a quick buck out of a video game. A quick example of squeezing a buck out of a video game is Need for Speed, starring none other than Jesse Pinkman himself, Aaron Paul. This movie has a 22% on the tomato meter with a 57% audience score. The movie to me looks like an attempt at getting a cast of well-known actors instead of a good movie. Aaron Paul plays the main character in this movie. He was hot on the heels of Breaking Bad, which ended in 2013. Batman is also in this movie. I'm talking about McDonald's man Michael Keaton, as well as Mr. Robot and Kid Cudi. You can probably see where I'm going with this whole cast thing. The movie was probably trying to fill the void in between Rivals and Need for Speed 2015. I don't think the movie is bad. Another movie that I feel like had a stupid reason for being made is Warcraft. That title feels like a buzzword to middle-aged white moms. You know, gamers are gonna look like this in a few years. I fell asleep watching this movie. It was so boring. It's just a bunch of orcs saying, oh, I'm an orc, we don't have it good here, yeah. I can't remember the rest, and I quite frankly can't remember if that's even how the movie went, since I watched this in 2016 and fell asleep. Honestly, any fantasy things bore me. I ain't never watched Lord of the Mid. That's a joke. Please do not come after me. If you consume short-form media such as TikTok, you may have heard something along the lines of, oh, cast Tom Holland for this, or Tom Holland should play this guy. If you aren't a surgeon and you know how to read social cues, you'll know that's a joke. That joke refers to Tom Holland being everything, even though he is not fit for it. I understand the joke, but I also feel it's a bit unjustified, as pretty much his only main role is Spider-Man in a wide variety of Marvel movies. But the joke really started when Tom Holland starred as Nathan Drake in the Uncharted movie. Nathan Drake is easily one of the most well-written video game characters ever. I've always loved the Uncharted franchise, but the movie was so disappointing. And let's not mention his co-star in the film, Mark Wahlberg, looks more like Nathan Drake than the actor who is actually playing him. Mark Wahlberg looks a decent amount like a younger Victor Sullivan, but I think the casting team for this movie just had a touch of the syndrome and were sticking their fingers right into the chocolate starfish instead of looking for an actor that actually looked like Nathan Drake. Until one of them yelled, Spider-Man! And the rest of the people working on the movie thought they wanted Tom Holland. Anyways, enough Uncharted. Why are video game adaptations so bad? Before we answer that question, we're gonna look at the Last of Us TV show. I haven't watched this. I also haven't played the games, which is the reason why I haven't watched it. I want to play the games first, because I just feel like I'll connect with it more. But my sister and mom have watched it, and they loved it. So from their reaction, and literally the entire world's reaction, I think I know it's a good show. The reason for it not being a terrible video game adaptation is probably because the people making the show had an actual interest in what they were adapting. They weren't just guessing what the game was about, they really cared about making a good show. Most video game adaptations feel like the team behind it just looked at a few screenshots of the game and called it a day. I hope every adaptation looks to The Last of Us TV show as an example. And please don't fuck up the Ghost of Tsushima movie, which is actually in early development. So in short, most video game adaptations are bad because the people behind them don't care about what they're actually adapting and instead just want to make a quick buck. Anyways, guys, that's gonna have to be it for today. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did and you want to see more like it, make sure to subscribe to never miss any future uploads. Like the video, it really helps me out, and it also pushes my content out to more people. I hope everybody has a great rest of their day, and I'm out.